The hypocrisy is raw, unfiltered, and infuriating. Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor who stood on podiums preaching fairness, accountability, and financial justice, has been gutted by the Supreme Court in a ruling that's ripped her mask clean off. This isn't just a scandal, it's a public execution of her credibility, a brutal exposé of a politician who played the system she swore to fix. The court didn't just seize her fortune, it tore down the facade she built, revealing a labyrinth of offshore accounts, secret trusts, and legal loopholes she crafted with surgical precision. While Britain's families drowned under her punishing inheritance tax hikes, Reeves was busy shielding her wealth from the very rules she enforced. This is no minor misstep, it's a calculated betrayal, and the nation is roaring with rage. Reeves sold herself as the people's champion, vowing to close financial loopholes and make the wealthy pay their share. Her speeches were polished, her promises loud: fairness, social justice, a system that worked for the working class. But behind the rhetoric, she was orchestrating a different game. Her policies crushed ordinary households. Families earning modest incomes were slammed with inheritance tax bills that soared into the hundreds of thousands. Frozen tax thresholds and skyrocketing property values turned homes, pensions, and small businesses into liabilities. People lost legacies, sold houses, and shuttered family enterprises just to meet her tax demands. Meanwhile, Reeves was quietly moving her own money, properties shuffled into private agreements, pensions restructured, assets funneled to jurisdictions where transparency is a joke. She didn't just dodge taxes, she weaponized her insider knowledge to build a financial fortress. The Supreme Court's ruling is a sledgehammer. Every hidden account, every offshore trust, every sly transfer seized. The judges didn't mince words. Reeves knowingly exploited her position, manipulating the system she was tasked to oversee. This isn't about a clerical error or a bad accountant. This is a chancellor who used her legal expertise and political clout to enrich herself while preaching morality to the masses. The court's decision is a landmark, a warning shot to every public official: no one is untouchable. Her entire fortune, built on deception, is now under lock and key, and the fallout is seismic. Britain is livid. Social media is a war zone. Posts, videos, and hashtags tearing into Reeves' hypocrisy are spreading like wildfire. Citizens who scraped by, selling heirlooms or taking on debt to pay her taxes, are calling this what it is: a betrayal. Protests are erupting outside Parliament, not just against Reeves but against a system that lets the elite play by different rules. The anger isn't just personal, it's systemic. How could someone entrusted with the nation's finances pull this off? How could the architect of tax policy exploit the very laws she wrote? The public's trust, already fragile, is in tatters. Inside Labour, it's chaos. Emergency meetings are happening behind closed doors, with senior officials and backbenchers scrambling to contain the damage. Leaked memos reveal a party divided. Some want to stand by Reeves out of loyalty or fear of political fallout, while others are ready to cut her loose to save Labour's sinking reputation. The word resignation is being whispered, if not shouted. Political analysts are sounding alarms. This could tank Labour's public image for years, maybe decades. Every statement, every move is under a microscope, and the party knows it. Reeves' scandal isn't just her own, it's a grenade lobbed into the heart of Labour's credibility. The legal fallout is brutal. Court documents paint a damning picture. Reeves didn't stumble into this. She planned it. Offshore trusts, shell companies, asset transfers, all meticulously structured to evade scrutiny. She used her position to exploit gaps in the system she publicly swore to close. The whistleblower from HMRC who sparked this investigation deserves a medal. Without them, Reeves might still be hiding behind her sanctimonious speeches. The court's ruling sets a precedent that's already sending shivers through Westminster. No one's safe now. Forensic audits of Reeves' finances are digging deeper, going back over a decade. If they uncover more, criminal charges could follow, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The societal impact is electric. 4 families crushed by inheritance taxes. This ruling is a rare taste of justice. Stories are flooding in: people who lost homes, businesses, or retirement savings to Reeves' policies while she sat on her shielded fortune. Advocacy groups are seizing the moment, demanding reforms to tax enforcement and transparency. The public sees it clearly now. The system isn't just broken, it's rigged. Reeves' downfall is a rallying cry, a demand for accountability that's echoing from council estates to newsrooms. Commentators are dissecting her every move, comparing her to historical cases of corruption, but this feels bigger, rawer, more personal. The political pressure is relentless. Reeves' career is hanging by a thread, and every colleague, rival, and strategist knows it. Labour's scrambling to distance itself, but the damage is done. The public doesn't just see Reeves, they see a system that let her thrive. Calls for reform are growing louder: stricter oversight, mandatory asset disclosures, real consequences for those who game the system. Media outlets are relentless, peeling back every layer of her deception. Viral videos break down her offshore maneuvers, and hashtags demanding justice are trending nationwide. This isn't just a news cycle, it's a reckoning. The Supreme Court's decision is more than a financial slapdown. It's a cultural shift, a line in the sand. Reeves' legacy, once built on promises of fairness, is now defined by greed and hypocrisy. The nation watches as investigators dig deeper, and every new revelation fuels the fire. This scandal isn't just about one woman, it's about power, privilege, and a system that's been fleeced for too long. Britain's had enough, and the court's ruling is proof that justice, when it comes, hits hard. Reeves thought she was untouchable. She was wrong. The truth is out, and the consequences are just beginning.